Welcome to this unboxing brought to you by the Boss Battle Network. Today we're looking at the Xbox One S Kinect adapter, which you can get free from Microsoft if you're upgrading from an existing Xbox One to an Xbox One S. Now I say unboxing, I'm going to change that to unpackaging, because when I show you exactly how this device came, you'll see that actually it's not really a box of any kind, and actually the packaging was quite crappy. I should quickly explain how I got this device. So by upgrading, you have to register both your old serial number and your new serial number, plus your Kinect's serial number with Microsoft on their internet pages. And then you have to contact Microsoft, which I had to do via their chat form online, and I had an online chat with one of their support guys. Now they shipped to me the device. It was due to take, I think, a couple of weeks, but it actually came in just a few days, and it turned up this morning. As I said, it didn't really come in a package of sorts, so let me just show you exactly how it came. It came in this wonderful scrunched up little bag, a bit naff, and in the package were a whole load of these, so a whole load of guides and warranty information, all the usual rubbish you get with these things. One of them was particularly useful, which is the setup one, which gives you almost no information other than the setup diagram. So just bring that to the camera so you can see it. Then in the box we also got a few bits and pieces, a few cables and connectors. So we've got here this little power adapter. So we've got a plug, UK plug, same lead as the Xbox One S, so it's that little sort of figure of 8 connector, which plugs into this little power brick, which then plugs this into this little box just here. Now it goes into this end, and you can see there the power, and then over here the USB cable, and then this end is for your existing Kinect cable, which would have gone in the back of the original Xbox One, but now goes in your Xbox One S. And then we've got yet another cable to connect all this together. So we've got here the cable which, if I just pop those caps off, is your USB lead. Now I have to say, first impressions are not great with this. It looks a bit naff, so if I start connecting all this up, you'll see what kind of mesh you're going to have to shove behind your media center or television to make any of this work. If I just plug these in, you can see already without me unraveling all the cables just what a mess this looks. Look at that. Big tangled wiry mess. And I'd have to ask, really, what's the point? Now, I've ordered this because I'm entitled to it and it's free. But I'll be perfectly honest and say, having seen it and having had the Xbox One S now for about a week or so, I'm not convinced I'm going to use this. I think, for me, the Kinect is dead. And I think, to be honest, with this kit as an example, and just look at the mess of that, I think this just tells me that Microsoft thinks this kit's dead as well. The Kinect is done. The Xbox One S has an IR blaster on the front, so if you're using it to control your media center, which is my primary use for the Kinect anyway, to be honest, I've kind of stopped using the voice commands, then the IR blaster does the perfect job of upping and downing the volume of your different things, turning my skybox on, all that sort of stuff. The only thing I can't do is talk to it and tell it to change things, which, to be perfectly honest, wasn't that reliable anyway. If I want to talk to it, I can do it through the control pad with a headset. So any old standard microphone plugged into the bottom of your headset, your handset, does the same thing. So I think the Kinect's redundant, and I think, if I'm honest now, having seen this tangled mess, that my Kinect's going to be going in a box, shoved out the way, especially given that having took my Kinect out of my existing Xbox One, I've seen the performance of the dashboard improve. It certainly removes a lot of that lag that I used to receive. So if you've got a Kinect and you don't use it, I'd encourage you to disconnect it. If you've got an Xbox One S, order the cable. I think you have to go do it before the middle of October or maybe the end of October. Order the cable, but just do it so that you've got it as a backup. I genuinely don't think the Kinect's got a plan anymore. No one's making games through it anymore. Voice control's been moved to the handset. What's the point? Anyway, that was my very brief unboxing. The only thing I wanted to quickly mention while I was on was that in this little booklet, the only thing that does interest me about the possible use of Kinect is that, like the original Kinect for the 360, there is actually a diagram here that shows it being connected to a PC. So maybe there's a use for it on your PC in the future, who knows. But as I said, order it if you've got an Xbox One S and you're upgrading. Don't pay for one, utterly pointless. Stick it in a box and keep it just in case. But that was an unboxing of the Kinect adapter for the Xbox One S. Thanks for following along. Subscribe if you like this kind of video and content. Check us out on our podcast on iTunes and watch us on Twitch. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you again soon. Cheers.